Good afternoon, good evening. Good evening. I want to welcome everybody to Albany, Georgia, and to the campus of Albany State. I know we have Hurricane Nicole that's kind of knocking on the back door and probably visiting with us tomorrow, and hopefully all the activities can still commence in the morning and pass through as this hurricane is kind of coming. We are proud that this is a 25th annual Southeastern Regional anniversary of the Model African Union. So that is a milestone for the 25th anniversary. Yeah, let's give them a hand for that. And I understand this is the first time Albany has hosted it. So that's great as well. I want to begin by recognizing a few folks. Dr. Marion Frederick, our president of Albany State. She is our 10th president of Albany State. Dr. Mafudza, the African Union's ambassador to the United States. Okay. And then Dr. Charles Uba, who is the professor of criminal justice at Georgia College and State University. And then Dr. Akira Muna, legal counsel for UNESCO. All right, thank you. And then just by a show of hands, if you're on faculty at Albany State, if you would raise your hand, we want to recognize Albany State faculty. And then any visiting faculty other than Albany State. You got a few from other? Great. Well, good. Well, on behalf of the mayor, I bring greetings and welcome. He became ill today, and so I am a commissioner here in Albany, so I'm filling in for the mayor to bring you greetings and a welcome. And also we have some other city commissioners and some other elected officials in the room as well, and so we want to welcome you here in Albany. So I've been asked just to provide a brief history of Albany just for your information and just to kind of give you a feel of where we've been and where we're at and kind of where we're going as a city. In the 20s, really Albany was occupied primarily by the Creek Indians. And so 1826 is when a treaty was signed, and really that's kind of when land was beginning to be distributed amongst the lottery type of thing. 1838 was when City of Albany was actually formed. And so you think that was really a long time ago. Really our primary activity was cotton. And if you look out on the Flint River, reason we were here was because the Flint River was the primary means of transporting cotton up and down the river. Of course, around the Civil War time, railroads really began to replace that mode of transportation. Albany State was founded in 1903 by Joseph Winthrop Holly, really to provide elementary education and to train teachers for the African American population. Georgia State assumed operation of Albany State in 1917, making it Georgia's third HBCU, and it's been a 4-year institution since 1943. When you think of the 30s to the 60s, really 1930s to the 1960s, really is when Albany's population really exponentially grew. They say that we grew 4 times almost every decade during those 30 years. Primarily it was due to industry. A lot of our large industry came at the end of that time. We had a large Air Force base, of course we know with the World War I, World War II, and then the Marine base. So all those were things that really attracted people to come to Albany, and really our population really began to grow. I consider Albany the Atlanta of Southwest Georgia. So you think of Atlanta, when you come south of Atlanta, so we really, over the last 50 years, we're the place where commerce happens, industry happens, large manufacturing. Procter & Gamble has a very large facility. Miller Brewery has a large facility here. Merck Pharmaceutical used to have something here. We had a tire manufacturer. All that was things that brought people to live and work here in that time frame. Of course, we know in the 1960s, Albany was a key part of the civil rights movement that happened in our country. Albany State, obviously, a lot of students were contributors and really sustained the Albany movement, which was very important for the civil rights move that happened in that time frame. We used to have a 2-year college. It was Albany Junior College. It was formed in 1966, so from an institution standpoint. But that college and Albany State merged, and so now we have one large university here in Albany. One of the things that really has defined Albany, and you might have heard about this, was in 1994, is we have what we call the 94 flood. That was probably the largest natural disaster that Albany has ever faced. The banks of the Flint really just overflowed, and they say that 25% of residents were displaced. And so you take a city and you displace 25% of its population, and it was devastating. Of course, all 25% did not come back, so that's really at the point where Albany started a population decline in the mid-90s that really has gone for the next couple of decades from the flood that happened, as well as some key industry and things that left at that time. If you look at the kind of the 20 to 2000s, we've continued to lose some population. We've had some struggles as a city, just had to be honest. We've lost some other industry and some other jobs. However, when you look at 2020, things are really looking up. I mean, the state of Georgia is seeing a tremendous amount of growth, a tremendous amount of industry. We've had some very good new jobs that has come to Albany. One of the things that's kind of happened just with a lot of our young people, where there are still a good number that's flocking to our metropolitan urban cities, but now since COVID and we can work remotely, young people are really valuing outdoor activities, and so we really feel like the rural areas of Georgia, including Albany, will continue to see some growth as it relates to the new trends and what people are looking for, young people are looking for. Like I said, Albany is kind of the Atlanta of the South, so just like Atlanta has a lot of tourist attractions, Albany has a lot of tourist attractions. So I don't know how long you're going to be here, but obviously we've got our version of Georgia's Aquarium. We have our Flint River Aquarium, and I think that's where we're going from here, I believe. So we do have that. We have Chi Hall. We have Albany Civil Rights Institute. Chi Hall is the only other zoo outside of Atlanta. So we do have a zoo here. And some other tourist attractions. So want to welcome you. I want you to enjoy Albany, restaurants or hotels, obviously the college tomorrow where you'll be doing a lot of your activities. And just want to welcome you and hope you have a great time in Albany. Thank you. And I think the next speaker, before I sat down, is our president of Albany State, Dr. Marion Frederick.
Good evening. I actually think great job. I mean, the Atlanta of the South, I missed that. So I was going to nicely sit in the chair and just act like he didn't need to call on me. But welcome to Albany. And to Albany State, absolutely. I know we have about 3 days of really intense activities. And, the one reason why we're here are our students. And so our students are going to be carrying the torch over the next, hopefully the weather will hold out for us, and they'll carry the torch over the next 3 days. I'm truly looking forward to it. Although I've been in the university system for now almost 17 years, I have never sat through the conference. And so I am just so excited about all that's going to happen over the next 3 days. And so as you all, as Chad was speaking about Albany State, the rich history that's in our university, please take advantage of it. Please make sure you ask our students about what anything on campus means. Hopefully they'll be able to answer you. If not, let me know. Our faculty have actually prepared them, and they've been preparing for about how long, Dr. Osakwe? Maybe since spring to take care of this this week. And so we have other students coming in from other universities. I'm excited about that. I think when we bring this type of activity, this type of culture, this type of just art to Albany, it makes us all better. And so thank you for being here. And on behalf of Albany State University, welcome. And I look forward to seeing you all over the next 3 days. Welcome. And I'm going to take privilege and ask our Regent Barbara Rivera Holmes, to come up and welcome you as well to Albany.
Well, just another welcome on behalf of Albany. I do have the pleasure of serving on the Board of Regents. I also have the role of being the CEO of the Albany Area Chamber of Commerce. And so through the programs that we're having this week, we really get to have a marriage of culture, of commerce, of tourism, and of community. So we are delighted that you are here in our community, experiencing our students, our facilities, our attractions, the beauty that lies in our diversity throughout the Albany area. We're just, again, delighted and welcome you to our community.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Are you sure you are ready for the Southeast Model African Union Conference? Yes, we are. Yes, please permit me before I make I'm going to make a little remarks, but permit me before we do that. Can we have a moment of silence for the quick recovery of Mayor Bo Doran, please? Thank you. It is our wish that Doran recovers very soon. He has been very forthcoming for this program. And as you can see, he was the one that really organized, in fact, bear the burden for this reception for the ambassadors and all of us. So we wish him well, and we look forward, probably maybe tomorrow he'll be good enough to join us at the opening ceremony. Let me also thank the president of Albany State University, Dr. Frederick. The ambassadors, some of them may not be here, but they are on their way coming. We also thank and welcome them. I welcome each and every one of you. I want to hold my remarks for tomorrow. But let me quickly say, probably as the president mentioned, probably maybe some of you, if not most of you, have not witnessed what is meant by the Southeast Model African Union Conference. If you look at the history of the university system of Georgia, they created 5 regional councils that represent all the continent in the world. But in all those 5 regional councils, it's only the African Council that does this very exercise. And we have been doing it for 25 years, year after year. It was only in 2020 that we didn't do it because of the COVID. Everybody can attest to that. So other than that, we have been doing it year after year. And I tell people, just tell me any program in the entire university system of Georgia that have run for 25 years with a spectacular success than the Southeast Model African Union Conference. But I tell you, it is because of the hard work, dedication of faculty members. They work very hard. Outside their workload to prepare students, to put a lot of time that it takes to do this very program. So it is not an easy undertaking, and I applaud them from the bottom of my heart. And also I applaud the President Frederick and her lax that makes it possible for us to go from one university to another. As the commissioner mentioned, this is the first time Albany is doing it, but maybe this will not be the last time. Maybe Albany will do it again. Maybe 2024 we want to come back here in 2024. Let me tell you something. Some of us, we have been here for just few minutes. Some of us few hours. And this place is so inviting that we want to come back. And some of us are even thinking, well, maybe we'll get a job at Albany State University. So you can see that we want to come back. So I'm putting it on the president. We want to come back very soon. So thank you very much for coming. And I hope you folks are going to be able to join us from tomorrow. Opening ceremony. From there, we'll go to all the breakout rooms and start the real process. And on Friday, we're going to have the African night. And on Saturday, going to be the finale of the program, the meetings of the head of states. We hope that you're going to join us in all these processes and programs. So thank you very much. And you're welcome to the Southeast Model African Union Conference.
Good evening. It's my pleasure to be here, and thank you for inviting the African Union mission to the Model African Union. I see familiar faces in the room. I've been participating in the Southern Model African Union from maybe 10 years or even more. So I am glad to be here. It's my first time in Albany. I am here to represent the ambassador. She couldn't come today, but she will be with us tomorrow. She promised she's coming. So the reason she couldn't be, as you know, this coming December, we are having the second U.S. Africa Leaders Summit. So the Biden-Harris administration is inviting our head of states to Washington, D.C. We had the first one under Obama, and we are having a second one. So we are really looking forward to that, and you can imagine how ambassadors in Washington, D.C. are really very busy preparing for that. But she said for this program of this evening, she asked me to convey her greetings and really to thank you for continuing to engage and, and educate our youth on Africa and on the Model African Union. She said that she will always be supportive, but I know tomorrow she will deliver the full speech. Me, it's just to say thank you and to say that we are here with you. The African Union is here with you, and we look also forward to February when you are coming to Washington, D.C. We will welcome you. So thank you very much, and we look forward to the model. Thank you.
I'll just stand on the protocol of all speakers to say thank you all for honoring this invitation. Albany State is a special university to us, and to us, excellence is the standard. And you can see what is happening right now. Excellence is the standard, and part of it is engaging the global. And right now, we have representatives of almost various countries here in Albany. And our students are going to physically experience and touch and have dialogue with students from many universities in the system. And they will permanently have links with these students. So we truly appreciate our president who made the gateway. Some of you may not have known, but in 2018, once she came into the university, she enrolled ASU into an internationalization lab by American Council on Education. And it's an institutional learning community engaging 11 institutions, and Albany State is the first historical black college in that particular engagement. And that engagement, this is one of the outcomes of that engagement. We have consistently participated in the Southeast Model African Union Conference, and our students have attended this particular prestigious engagement in almost all the universities around. So this is the first time we are hosting this, and it's a great privilege that you all are here to experience this with us. We truly appreciate the mayor and you for all the acknowledgement and the history that you've given, so that our guests, our special guests, will have an idea of what Albany is. Albany is known as the great secret of Georgia. So, and particularly, I want to also acknowledge our keynotes, one of our key speakers tomorrow is the legal counsel, Dr. Aquarium, all the way from Cameroon. Thank you so much for being here. So I want to say thank you so much to Albany City for making us great. This is part of it, because a lot of people are not aware that we are precious jewel of Georgia. So thank you all so much. I think the next thing is to just go down, just a short walking distance to the aquarium. Mayor Bo Doho is really precious to us. We came running and he said, don't worry, I'm going to do it. Unfortunately, he's not here to enjoy with us. But he had a great idea about coming here, being welcome, and then all of us will walk down to the aquarium. Usually an entry to that aquarium will cost you some dollars. But you are going in and you're going to have a good view of what the aquarium is all about while you are also relaxing and having some kind of dinner that we are providing. Thank you so much, Sonia. You have so greatly. Can you please stand up? She is a great lady. She single-handedly organized what you're seeing. Yeah, I know. Coordinating with us, calling every second, telling us, giving us updates, and they were on task. You see everything. And the city marquee has this information all put up. She is the one. So truly, I appreciate what you have done to Albany State University. We truly appreciate you and cherish you. And that has been a long journey. Remember, you always prepare our proclamation for all International Education Week, and she did the one for this occasion. Thank you so very much.